Welcome back to Your Darts, where we learn to do dart checkouts in our head. Okay, so we are continuing with the Golden 44 and we are on numbers 93 and 94. I'm going to show you how I go about learning and recalling the two dart finishes of 93 and 94. I'm going to show you the 4 rounds of practice, which includes practicing for the miss. I'm going to show you how to cancel it down and how to practice it. I'll show you an alternate finish. So on to number 93. The essential two dart finish for 93 is treble 19, which is 57, and it leaves 36 double 18. Now the numbers don't help me here. It's kind of one of these where you just got to learn it parrot fashion, just repeat it. A very kind of a weak picture, which does help me a little bit, is that it's going 9 and 8, so and also 19 and 18. And we should even, to be more specific, so it runs down in numbers. That's not a bad way to see that as a way to just cement that in your head, but really a little bit of practice and you'll get it. So treble 19 for double 18. Practicing for the miss would be, if we're going for treble 19, we need to know what the answer will be instantly. If we hit the big 19 and it's 74, if you're not sure how we got that number, just take 20 off 93. So I always take it off in multiples of 20, then add on the remainder, so it's 19. So we have to take off, add one more on, okay, because we've taken 20 off, and 73, add one more is 74. Okay, so the way I take out 74, two darts left, remember, is treble 18, which is 54, which leaves 20, so double 10. But if you're a 16s player, a lot of people are going to take 74, treble 14 for double 16. So that's how to take out 93 if you've got two darts. Now, as I've spoken in the previous video for 91 and 92, 93 and also 94 works for a very good alternate finish when you throw in the center of the board. So let's do it. So we have 93, we've got 3 darts. You'll see a lot of people go for the center of the board, and if you hit 25, it leaves a 60 number. What 60 number is it going to leave? The way I remember it is I'm just visualizing 5 onto the 3, so it's 8, so it's 68. And again, this is just to get you going. You're not going to have to do this after a while. Just know it's a repetition. You'll just learn it, okay? But you know, every little thing helps. So 68, and the two dart finish for 68 is treble 18 for double 7. Now, of course, double 7 is a rubbish double, but you need to see it as you're probably going to hit big 18 for bullseye, okay? But you do need to know it's double 7, because if you hit that treble, and there's just a weird thing that we want a single number, we hit a treble, this kind of happens that way. You need to know it's double 7, so you're not slowing yourself down. And also, people might prefer, even though it's a tough double, I guess, double 7. Is it tough? It's close to double 6. If you're a 16s player, double 7 might not be so bad. I'm not a fan of it because I'm more of a 20s and 10s player, but you know, you've got more space in the double, right? So I'm saying you should see it hitting the big number and you know, essentially going for bullseye. But really, people might prefer a bit of a rubbish odd number double because the double's wider, it's longer, isn't it, versus this tiny little thing in the center of the board. But it's kind of what you want, and I quite like throwing out bullseye. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. So yeah, so 68, treble 18, double 7, hitting big 18 would leave 50. Now, if you hit bullseye with our first dart of 3 darts, whenever you take in a 50 off a 90 number, it leaves 40, and it runs with the numbers here, so it's 93, so it would be 43 that it leaves. And I might go 3 tops, even though it has a few dangers there, but I might do that because I like to finish on double 20. But if you're a 16s player, the way to, I've shown this in a previous video, but you take 2 off this last number, so it would be 1, so it would be 11 double 16. Okay, so that's pretty much my approach to 93, a 2 dart finish and a quite cool 3 dart finish. So the essential 2 dart finish for 94, okay, so if I've got 2 darts here, you need to know how to take it out. So you start at 18s, which is 54, and this is how I remember it. I know my treble values. I know it instantly that it's 54. It's easy to see. You need 40 more to make it 94. So there's no picture here. You can say maybe there's one space in between them. That might help some people, but literally know your treble values, and a number like 94 is quite easy to see. So treble 18 for double 20. Now, if you're practicing for the miss, so I'm going for treble 18 and miss treble 18, hit big 18, it would leave 76. If you're not sure how I get 76, and you want to just double check it yourself, just take it off in multiples of 20. I keep mentioning this, but I keep mentioning and repeating myself so it goes in, okay? So that would be 74, and of course it's 18, so you have to add on the difference, so you're adding on 2 onto 74 is 76, okay? And the ways to take out 76, a lot of people will go treble 20. which leaves 16, so double 8. Okay, and I might do that, but you just got to be careful that you don't hit 5 and 1 here. You know, it all depends if you're throwing well that night. It's a first out indicator, so if you're a 16s player, a lot of people will go treble 16 for double 14. But also, what I like to do if I've got 2 darts, and again I'm throwing, it's all about if you're throwing well. I would go for, just change my colour there, I would go for double 18 for double 20. So a bit flashy doing double, but a lot of people do that now. And actually your double, it's quite a big space to hit really. If you've got the right line, you've got maybe a chance of doing it. Now you want to err on the side of caution, so you don't want to aim too high here and hit the outside of the board. So I'll be aiming a little bit low, but you know, trying to aim for it. So if I do hit the big 18 with my first of my 2 darts, then I leave 58. So it'll be 18 for tops when I come back. Okay, so I'm in the same area for my next dart. I'm not having to change my lineup or anything. So you know, I'm going for double 18 for double 20, but if I have a big 18, it's 58, so I'm still on 18. So that's another reason why I do it as well. So I'm not moving around. So that's the ways to take out 76, but that's how I would approach 94 if I had 2 darts. Now, as with these other numbers, we've got 3 darts. Let's go for that. We're going to start with throwing out the center of a board. So we throw in the center, and if we hit 25, it always reveals a 60 number. Okay, and to know what 60 number, we just visualize 5 onto 4, so 9, so 69. Okay, that's how I had to implement that to work out instantly what 60 number I was throwing at. So 69, you've got 2 more darts. You're going to go, the finish for that is treble 19 for double 6, but you're probably assuming that you're going to hit your big 19, leaving 50 for bullseye. Okay, but you do need to know it in case you hit your treble 19. Then you can go straight to double 6 and you know it. Okay, now if we're going for with 3 darts and we're going for 94, and we throw in the center and we hit bullseye. Okay, we've thrown our aggression out and boom, we're perfect, and we hit bullseye. It's always going to leave a 40 number, and this is 94, so it's going to leave 44. Okay, and I might go for double 20, or if 16s players, to work out how to, if you're not sure how to get that number to finish on double 16, I've taught this. You take 2 off there, so it would be 2, so it's going to be 12 double 16. Okay, so that's my approach to 94 if I've got 2 darts or if I've got 3 darts. So to the 4 rounds of practice, round 1, you say the number and you state the first treble that you need. So 93 is treble 19, or if you go in the center of the board, it would be 25, and 94 is treble 18, and again you can go for the center of the board, hitting 25. Round 2, you state the total that is left. So 93 is treble 19, which leaves 36. So I'm just picturing the finish as I do that, and I know what it leaves. Or you can go 25, which leaves 68. And 94 is treble 18, which leaves 40. And again, going 25, which leaves 69. Round 3, you state the double that you need. So 93 is treble 19, leaves 36, double 18. Or if you're going for 25, it leaves 68, which is treble 18, double 7. And 94 is treble 18, which leaves 40. So just picture it. So that'd be double 20. Or if you're going 25, it would leave 69, which is treble 19 for double 6. So round 4, you state what is left if you miss the first treble, but you hit the big number. So practicing for the miss. So 93 is treble 19, leaves 36, double 18. If you hit the 19, it would leave 74. Or if you go 25, go for center, you've got 3 darts now. So 25 leaves 68, treble 18, double 7. Hit the big 18 will leave bullseye. But if you hit bullseye on your first dart, it leaves 43. Or 94 is treble 18, leaves 40, double 20. If you hit 18, it would leave 76. And if you throw in with 3 darts, 25 leaves 69, treble 19, double 6. If you hit the bullseye, it would leave 44. So let's simplify it and cancel these 2 numbers down. So 93 is treble 19, leaves 36, double 18. So if you can picture it, that's treble 19, and it goes up to double 18. You know that's 36. Again, I'm really talking to the newbies here who are not familiar with the numbers of the dartboard. You can leave the second round out. So 93 can be treble 19, double 18. But always put them practicing for the miss part in, so you know what you're doing if you miss it. So hit the big 19, leave 74, and then you just state your way of taking out 74. For me, it's treble 18. For double 10, hitting the big 18 would leave 56. Okay, and you've got 1 dart left. Always remember how many darts you got left, even if you have to just visually put your fingers up, you know, and then take one off at a time until you get it in your head, okay? Please, big 16 for double 20 when you return, okay? So you can't really simplify it when you're going for this. When you've got 3 darts, you really need to practice all this to get it in your head. So 25 leaves 68. The reason I get 68 is because I'm just visualizing. I'm visualizing 5 onto this last digit. So 5 onto 3 is 8. So that's 68, and the 2 dart finish for 68 is treble 18 for double 7. Of course, probably hitting the big 18 for bullseye. But if on your first dart you hit bullseye, it leaves a 40 number. So it would leave 43, because the number we're on is 93, so it's going to leave 43. And that would be 3 double top for me, no doubt. A lot of people would go 11 double 16. So 94 is treble 18. Leaves 40 double 20. So again, if you can picture it, you can leave that bit out, and 94 can be treble 18 double 20. Hitting the big 18 will leave 76, and you take out your 76 however you want. I've wrote down the way I would do it because I've got to be true to myself, and that would be double 18 for double 20. Hitting the big 18 would leave 58. I've got 1 dart left. I always know how many darts you got left. So big 18 for double 20 when you come back. Now if I'm going with 3 darts for 94, aim at the center of the board. 25 would leave 69 because I've just put 5 onto the 4, and I know it's 9, so it's 69. Treble 19 double 6. If I hit the big 19, that would be 50, of course. Now on my first dart, if I hit bullseye, it leaves 44. 4 double top, or 12 double 16 if you're a 16s player. So that's how to simplify and cancel down numbers 93 and 94. So coming next time, more Golden 44, and we'll be covering numbers 95 and 96. Thanks so much for watching. Take care for now.